Okay.
Ooh la la.
Alright, it's a casual Tuesday today. We are back at work. We were back at work since 25th. We of course catered more time for our Chinese celebrating colleagues and staff to come back at a later date. It's a pretty interesting day today. We are detailing a very special car, V8 twin turbo, 650 horsepower, 0 to 100 in 3.5 seconds. It's the first super luxury SUV in the world, which is none other than the Lamborghini Urus. The crew right now, what we're doing is as usual, we are preparing the car's paintwork and body for a cleaning session before we bring it in for power polishing and subsequently ceramic coating. So we are actually detailing this for a premium luxury dealer who has sold this car to a customer. A quick price check on our end in the market is that this car is about $1.5 million. So obviously, as a premium luxury dealer, if you are selling such premium cars, right, it's better to always present to your customers that you go to a renowned or a trustable car detailer to detail your car and detail the car that you're going to sell, or a car that you potentially will want to display in your showroom. So of course you want to show off the glossiness, the shine of the paintwork, and how impeccable some car makers' paintwork can be, right? So as we walk through the day, I will also be sharing, we want to take it a bit more casual. So as we walk through the day, I'll be sharing more different things that we are working on, which there will be a few cars that are quite of interest, I hope so. And also the other services that we provide, which you will be able to see. So let's go. You took a second dose already or not? I third dose, say you took your third dose already or not?
Yes.
I haven't.
FBI, open up!
So what's special about this car, right, is that it's spec'd out. So meaning, right, most of the Urus on the roads, they only have 4 driving dynamic modes. For this one that we are detailing today, there are 6 dynamic driving modes. So one of them is a Strada. So Strada means street mode. So basically, Singapore is within a city street. So most of the time, it should be in Strada mode. Then you have Corsa mode. Corsa mode, if I'm not wrong, is race mode. So of course, when you change it to Corsa mode, the exhaust gets more growl, it's a bit more aggressive, the valves are open. Then you have race mode, which is pretty much the same as the Corsa mode, just that the sports mode, if I'm not wrong, it still retains the traction control, but the race mode does not retain traction control. Then you have NEV. NEV is, if I'm not wrong, is snow mode. So snow mode, what it does is, firstly, it enhances the traction. Basically, it makes the cars more suitable for driving in a snowy condition. Then the 5th one, we have Terra. So Terra essentially means terrain. Basically, if you go into Terra mode, it's easier to clear terrain, like the height clearance will be adjusted. Traction control is also on. So the car is easier to navigate around Terra. The last one I can't really remember, but there are 6. We'll walk through them later as well, a little bit more, the last one. We are washing down the car now after cleaning the car. What we want to show is a specific hydrophobic effect that the coating should create. So what you see now is the water is not sliding off at all. Look at the bonnet. The bonnet is still essentially wet. There's no water beading effect. There's no hydrophobic water sliding off the bonnet. So that's the issue that you generally get if you do not ceramic coat or graphene coat or even other types of coatings that are being applied on the car. So with the hydrophobic effect, sometimes you get some hydrophilic effect. So hydrophobic means that the water slides off. Hydrophilic means the dust and dirt slides off. So if you have dirty water and dirt or dust sliding off your car's paintwork, essentially it's easier to maintain your car in the long run, firstly. Secondly, it's also, your car doesn't get so dirty easily. So over time, you do not have to wash your car that often per se, but we would still, as a detailer, advise you to detail your car or wash your car at least once a week so that you don't get stains seeping in the paintwork subsequently, which results in a lot of disastrous consequences. So we'll explain more on disastrous consequences later on or in later episodes.
A few moments later.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
So what we are doing now is we are using this air gun. Essentially, what we are trying to do is we are trying to dry the car as much as possible contactless situation. So what we're trying to do is by reducing the contact between cloth and the paintwork, you also reduce the chances of scratches or swirl marks or potentially even scratch the car. So not a lot of detailers have an air gun to air dry the car. Not a lot. I'm not saying everyone, not a lot. You most likely won't find this at petrol stations. This is where I think the differences are made. between a detailer or a detailing place and a generic car wash, car cleaning place. Generally, what the detailer should do is try to reduce the chances of scratching the car, even causing very light scratches during a car wash, because that's the most probable time where most contact are made. I find the color. Never find the name. I forgot the name already. I think it's Ultra Matte. 这个 box 的那个颜色在哪里啊？哦，这个啊。Yeah. The hard reality of running a detailing or automotive customization business in Singapore is a lot of times it's very tough to just focus on one aspect of things because I feel it may not be sustainable. So here's an Audi A1. We are actually wrapping this car. The color is Ultra Matte Mysterious Green. So we are wrapping this car for probably the next 1 to 2 days, which is today and tomorrow. The car should be done. And we'll be ready to hand it over. Just check out the green. The green is actually very special. This is a bit of, the name is matte, but there's a bit of shimmer towards it. Meanwhile, what we are doing outside is, what we're doing right here is the Lamborghini Urus. We are drying it up now. Then we are gonna ceramic coat the car. Touch up the engine bay, touch up the interior, do some detailing, do the leather coating, do the leather care, glass coating as well, which we will show you a little bit step by step so you understand what is actually being done after the car is ready for the coat.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
Rating out of 10 7, 8 7, 8 Right, so right now what we are doing is we are actually brushing the engine bay with just a very light brush, just to clear off any potential dust or dirt, which there should not be any, or even just a very minimal amount, because ultimately this is a new car, right? After we do the brushing, very light brushing of the engine bay area and ensure it's clean, what we do is we apply a kind of a plastic coating to ensure that the engine bay is glossed up and shining like better than new. Urus or G-Wagon Urus lah, for me definitely Urus lah. Why I would say I would choose a Urus is because I think it's sportier, it's more aggressive. I think the G-Wagon is more like a chill kind of car. Also, it's a bit too big lah. It's a bit too big. I think I enjoy a car that has a sportier exhaust system as compared to a G-Wagon. The exhaust system the exhaust sound is there, but it will not be a sound that I would want. Okay, in terms of class wise, I think the G-Wagon has more class lah. Yeah, but if you ask me lah, it's definitely the Urus lah for me lah. Yeah. And we ran a poll on Instagram. I just want to show you, we ran a poll on Instagram. The results so far is that 64% chose the G-Wagon and 36% chose the Urus. So I guess I belong to the 36% as well.
Urus or G-Wagon? Urus
Why the Urus?
More sleek
More sleek?
More sleek.
More sleek Just because it's more sleek?
Yep.
Jackie, Urus 还是 G-Wagon? Urus 也是Why? 他比较 fierce全呢 Urus or G-Wagon? G-Wagon
没有，一个是直男，一个是渣男。
所以 Urus 是渣男啦。You say all the playboy drive Urus, all the married men drive G-Wagon. So what is this lamp? So this is the infrared curing lamp. It's on a timer now. So basically, if you put a hand near there, it feels a bit warm and hot. So this helps to cure the coating, whether it's a ceramic coat or a graphene coat. It helps to cure the coating faster, so that the bond is formed properly and evenly throughout the bonnet. So this is essentially what we'll do to cure the coating faster. Of course, if you don't use this, it's also fine. As long as it's not really raining outside, as long as there's sun, because there's also infrared rays from the sun, right? So it will still help to cure the coating just at a not so efficient rate. So that's pretty much just about it. Lastly, what we're doing now, actually just the final touches. We just did the protective endurance tire shine on the tires. Firstly, it shines the tires. Secondly, what it does is form a protective liquid layer around the tires for better longevity. Last but not least, what we're going to do now is we are going to do the glass coating. So the glass coating, right, I think it's a very essential service. The reason being is because when it rains, right, you will want the water to slide off the glass as you drive. Because if the water does not slide off the glass, right, it affects your visibility firstly.
I cannot see, I'm legally blind.
Secondly, if the water forms puddles and puddles, again, it affects your visibility. Especially at night when it rains, right, if the water is not beading up or sliding off the glass, right, generally what happens is as it forms the puddles, right, it causes your vision to be very blurred because of the lights and stuff like that. So it's just these little simple things that actually make your driving experience firstly better and secondly easier to maintain your car. Alright, so now after we have ceramic coated the car's paintwork, as you can see from the footages, we are able to create that water beading hydrophobic effect. So as compared to the start when the car is not coated yet, the bonnet, the water is not sliding off the bonnet. There's a lot of ponding, there's a lot of water accumulating at certain spots of the bonnet, but as you can see very clearly now, the water is all beaded into by itself, and also most of them are sliding off. So this actually creates so-called, we call it a self-cleaning capabilities, where the water slides off the bonnet, right? So imagine dirty water sliding off the bonnet instead of sticking or staying on it, causing you to have more chances of having watermarks on your bonnet. So essentially this is what coating does. It does not prevent watermarks per se, it mitigates the chances of having watermarks. Alright, now that's the end of our video. If you like our content, remember to like, share and subscribe this video. Alright, thank you for watching. If you like our detailing content, remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel. See you guys next time.
We the top 10, UGK the major way, not play it, don't stop here. Traffic lights, we going, know the time until the clock near. Bands on road, we doing digi to the whole block clear. Yo, what you got there? Oh, did you not hear? Indies taking over and we got the whole shop, yeah. Her, she wanna know me better, but I'm on the top 10. Gotta match my energy, you see I'm in the top gear. Yeah, top 10. Now I'm in blast mode, did you forget, bro?